Banger.
Man, put that motherfucking white eye down, bruh. Put them raps down, bruh. Yeah, the swisher I prefer, baby. Roll that shit up. You see how fresh that motherfucker is? Man, watch how slow this shit burn. Shit.
I'm a ghetto star, so a swish I prefer. Don't blow no white owls, don't need no grenadier. Nope, just the original, rare rapper, no flavors. Watermelon cushy tasting like now ladies. I'ma smoke now, you can smoke later. Shit that I blow, you gotta have some paper. Why you keep looking like you wanna taste? I'm nowhere near you, I'm high in outer space. My eyes damn near closed like I'm looking at the flow. Too much cotton candy, red haze mixed with dope. The lights too bright, what you think the shades for? I'm a breath froth smoker, when I blow I do foe. I'ma smoke my shit on stage, fuck smoking in the car. I'ma smoke my shit on stage, fuck smoking in the car. I'ma smoke my shit on stage, fuck smoking in the car. Cut a little nigga in the crowd to bring me a guard. Cause the swisher I prefer, the swisher I prefer, the swisher I prefer, the swisher I prefer. Got a little nigga in the crowd to bring me a guard. Got a little nigga in the crowd to bring me a guard.
Swisher I prefer, gotta swish a cigarette. Swish it naturally, swish a blunt to rub perfect. You can keep the raps, I like my shit to burn slow. We're in around one, saying shit already gone. I'm with my white boys and they stuffing up the bone. Told them roll the blue, make the weed burn long. Thought I'd slow it down when I had my baby dog.
3 years later, smoking 3 times harder. Damn, what y'all know about it, man? This is a great song called Swisher I Prefer by the great Diamond Dam, off of that album that we was talking about when Deucey was here. It's the Deucey album, man. It's from Diamond Dam, the DYUCY album. And that is a classic song called Swisher I Prefer. Or I just said, well, first of all, I said I thought I'd slow it down when I had my baby daughter. 3 years later, smoking 3 times harder. So my daughter was 3 at the time of making that song. My daughter is 19, soon to be 20 this year. So that's a good 16, 17-year-old banger. Oh man, them old songs. But Swisher I prefer. Secondly, Swisher is not what I prefer at this point in time of my life. I ain't preferred Swisher in a long time. Now Diamond Dam, yeah, he still smokes the Swishers, and I will smoke the Swisher if he here and he mention me. But that's the only time. And maybe if I'm, stuck out of town and or out of country, and that's all they got. And that's done happened before. But yeah, man, that leads me to this conversation. Well, one of the conversations I want to have. This is a great song transition. I love that when I do that. When I got the great song transition, because this is a great transition into both of the subjects that I want to talk about today, which ain't really gonna be too long-winded on either. With smoking, man, I've been smoking weed for shit. I can't even think of how long it's been now. Oh, maybe that's because I smoke. I don't know. That's not true. It's short-term memory. But yeah, man. The reason why this has come up in on my mind is because at the present moment in time, my beautiful, lovely wife is going through a what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't know. She's trying to improve herself as a person, so she's trying to do things differently and self-improvement. And she wants me to. I ain't gonna say she necessarily wants me to, but it made me think to myself, like, I've said it aloud, like I'm gonna stop smoking one day. But that's one of the things I've never done willingly. Like on some I'm really about to stop doing it. I've said it a million times. I'm like, all right, this is the last one, and then I'm gonna buy another bag by the end of the day. That's just how I get down. This has been, I can't even think of what year. It was in the 1900s, my nigga. It was in the 1990s. So it's been a very long time since I've been smoking weed. And I've been smoking weed on a daily basis, every day, since I was 18. I made a point of doing this on the day my mama kicked me out of the house. When I was about to say when I turned 18, but I was 18 years old. So for my nigga House, everybody, going over House, 90% of the reason why we went over House is because we knew we could smoke over there. Now, don't get me wrong, we would have kicked it with anyway, but we grew up in the same neighborhood. And then, after niggas started separating as we got older and spreading throughout the city and shit, you know what I'm saying, we'd go over this nigga house. And it was a school night. I'm 18, so I'm thinking to myself, I'm feeling myself. I'm living in my mother's house, and I'm still in school, but I'm thinking to myself, why she gonna trip? I'm coming home. I got that last bus, my bad, around 11 something. Can't get home till after midnight. I came in that bitch high in the motherfucking. My mama kicked me out the house. In retrospect, and we've talked about this, she wanted me to beg and plead to stay. But, I'm a gangster, yeah? But I didn't do that. First of all, I was high, and second of all, I was young. So I said, fuck it, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? And I packed my shit and left. And end of story. Sorry, my mouth be dry. I smoke. But yeah, after that day, I made it a point to smoke weed every day. This was before the great Nate Dogg told us to do that. Or was it? It was around the same time, early 2000, or the year 2000 for sure. Or was this 99? I don't remember. Well, this was 99. This was 1999 for sure. So this is before Nate Dogg said smoke weed every day. But I was still trying to smoke weed every day because I was trying to, it was a goal of mine back then. I'm trying to get high every day. Fuck that shit. But, and even back then when I was getting high every day, I was like, it'd be sometimes I would pray at night because I'd be too high. And I'd be in my nighttime prayers, and I'd be like, Lord, if you let me get through this night, I promise I ain't gonna never smoke weed again. I know I ain't the only nigga that done prayed to God in a situation where you was high or drunk and just begged the Lord to let you get through the night. And so, but I've never stopped smoking weed willingly. I've never willingly said, all right, now let me stop this for a while. I've got good friends who've told me to do this for many years. One of my best friends, Drew, when he used to smoke weed, I remember smoking with Drew. It was a great time. I ain't smoked the joint with Drew in a long time. But Drew used to be like, man, you got to take a break, bro. You just need to, you got to take a break. And I'm like, yeah. I never took a break. The only time I've taken a break it was one time. I was down in Orlando at my pop's house. Me and my wife was going through it. She was my baby mama at the time, my girlfriend. And I was in Florida with my pops, and I ran out of weed. And not only did I run out of weed, my pops stayed in the area that was so far away from anything. I'm sure it's different now, but I knew nothing about Florida. I knew not how to get any weed, and I was fucked up for a couple of days. And that was part of the reason I came home. I was like, I can't go, Pops. I gotta go back. I need to give me a bag. Pops wanted me to stay down there. I was like, nah, buddy. And another time is out of country, nigga, in Dubai, because ain't no way in hell I'm fucking around and finding out in a foreign Arabic country. You're out of your fucking mind. So yeah, all right. They say you can't smoke weed there. Well, I'm obliging, my buddy. Man, I'm just gonna have to go through these 8 days and 7 nights. You know what I mean, without motherfucking weed, nigga. Or however long we was out there. But all my friends, we all smoke, man. Like, and we smoke a lot. Like, some of us smoke heavily than others. Like, my nigga Rock is probably the heavy. My nigga Rock smoke like it's water. Like, I mean, you gotta have his 8 cups a day, nigga. Like, I'd be like, damn, you ain't too high yet. And Rock be smoking the fuck out some shit, but he can afford to, and he's been doing it for a long time. Rock used to smoke like that back at Impact. Ron don't smoke as much as everybody else. You know what I mean? Ron never smoked as much as anybody else. Ron was never super booth master. Ron is the type that can hit a cone or a pre-roll twice and be straight for a minute. What? No. Me, myself, I average 4 to, I would say 3 to 4 a day. I'm definitely waking and baking. So I go to work around noon. I leave for work around 11 o'clock. I've already smoked 1.5 before I left for work, smoking the other rest of that half on the way to work. So I'm 2 in at least, minimum. That depends on what I've already had left over the night before. So let's say I wake up and I got like a half a joint that I had from the night before just in the ashtray. I'm smoking that first with my coffee. And then I'm rolling up, smoking again. And then I'm rolling up again, anticipating going to work, thinking to myself, damn, I don't want to go to work today. I'm rolling up, smoking while I'm getting ready for work. And then while I'm driving to work, I'm smoking the rest of that J that I was, babe. And then I got one that I have already rolled up, prepared for when I get to work and I'm going on break. Because I'm going to smoke on my break. I'm going to smoke half of that on my break. And I'm going to smoke the rest of it on the way home. And then I'm going to smoke home. So how many is that? I don't know. So we're going to say 4 to 5 a day. 3 to 4, 4 to 5 a day, right? Average, I would say 4 blunts a day. On a regular day. On a good day, depends. On a bad day, I'm smoking 2. On a real bad day, I'm smoking 1, and that's a real bad day. Or a busy day, like I'm out of town or something, and we doing something, and all I can do is smoke this 1 J. You know what I mean? But I never wanted to feel like I was on some addicted shit. I mean, listen, I'm not going to act like I ain't a stoner. I've been a stoner since high school, bro. You know what I mean? I ain't tripping about it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't, the concept of, especially now since weed is legal everywhere, I've been waiting for these days. Like, it doesn't, and I still move like it's illegal, but That is, unless it's in my pocket or something, and I'm like, well, it's illegal, so I don't give a fuck if you smell it or not, because what you gonna do? Call the law? You know what I mean? I ain't know, nigga. You know what I mean? So, I just don't want to feel like a drug addict because I don't have any desire to pause or to even I mean, don't get me wrong, sobriety is a different feeling. I remember being in Dubai. I remember saying to myself, I can do this. Days were longer. Dreams came back, and I don't know if I like dreaming. Dreams are weird to me. I don't know if I really like to dream. I ain't had in the past 25 years, and this might be a shame to some people, but I've had a good handful of dreams, bro. About 5 to 6 dreams in the past 25 years. And I can honestly say none of them have been good. Which is also why I don't miss dreaming, because I remember having bad dreams more than I remember having good dreams. So, thank you, marijuana. But eventually I will stop. Eventually. Everybody has to stop one day, right? Even Snoop gonna stop one day. Yeah, but Pac, man, I remember Pac said, I'm not a Tupac fan like that. Which makes me think about a great argument, a good, great old school Pac and Biggie argument me and my brother-in-law R. Dot had earlier. But Pac once said, one of my favorite Pac lines, man, smoke a blunt to take the pain out. And if I wasn't high, I'd probably try to blow my brains out. Lord knows, I'd never try to blow my brains out. I'm not a suicidal nigga. I've been through a lot in my life, but at no point in my life did I ever want to end my life. You know what I mean? I say that all the time. I ask my children. Because it's a fact. I grew up in that era. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What Pac said was hot. And it made me think, wow, I grew up in the chronic era. You know what I mean? Maybe this is helpful. And it does help because I can't imagine the trouble I would be in if it wasn't for weed keeping me calm in certain situations. Like in certain situations, I've had to be like, all right, let me go and tap this joint right here real quick one time to keep my shit calm, or else somebody gonna die. And I know I ain't the only person that's been there. I know that for a fact. But one day I'll put the J down, man. And salute to all my smokers out there, man. And salute to everybody that's smoking while you're listening to the pod, or smoking while you are listening to music or doing whatever you're doing. If you're a smoker, man, and not cigarettes, not Black and Milds, and not to judge, because I smoked cigarettes and Black and Milds, and I was probably one of the worst nicotine cigarette smoking niggas that I've ever met. I used to pick up a cigarette off the ground, nigga. If I seen a half a square on the ground and I ain't have a pack, nigga, I'd be like, all right, nigga, burn the fucking tip filter, nigga, like a real nigga, and smoke that shit. So I'm not here to judge, nigga. I done been down bad my motherfucking self. But no, don't bring no squares around me right now in life. Don't bring no Black and Milds around me, nigga. We all, like I said, so that gives me some type of hope that maybe one day I'll stop smoking, because I used to smoke tobacco, nigga, and I stopped that shit cold turkey, just like fucking that, nigga. Like, it wasn't even an issue. Like, it wasn't even hard. Well, I never had, nigga, I was smoking cigarettes for a good 15 years, and that shit was not an issue to kick at all. Weed, probably different. Because I just can't. I just ain't. But I also have never even tried, so. Yeah, man. That was just on my mind. Just the dope. The great, great green dope was on my mind. And it was also on my mind, because I'm not a Facebook person, but I do have a Facebook. So, and my family is on my Facebook, and I do like to see my family members every now and again, especially the ones in Cleveland, and you know what I'm saying, the ones I don't get to see a lot, which is most of my family. So I get to see them via Facebook and stuff, but you know, the memories pop up and stuff. And a memory from 15 years ago popped up. It was just a picture of my son, man, in his that little bouncy chair thing 15 years ago. Today. It wasn't today, but it was today that day I looked. And my son is 15 now. He's just about as tall as I am. And I was looking at that picture like, man, I've been here not every day, of course not, but every year of your life, your father has been present. I ain't never missed a birthday. I've been there. I've been in your life. I've been around your whole life. That's something I have never experienced, and I never will experience. And it made me think about all my friends. For the most part, not all my friends, because some of my friends grew up with their father, at least knowing who their father was or having their father present enough to touch. But not most of us. Most of us grew up. I don't think none of my friends didn't know who their dad was, who their father was. But we knew of them. I don't think none of us to this day know our fathers. And that's a shame. It makes me think about the way, like, it makes me mad when I hear, I don't know. I don't know statistics, so I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong, or I hope I'm not wrong. But I could be wrong, because I don't know the statistics on this. But it pisses me off when I hear people still make stereotypical jokes about black men and fatherhood and how like niggas ain't around, because I don't know them niggas. Like, I mean, of course I know them niggas, but who hangs with them niggas? Who condones them niggas? I don't know nobody like that. And that is a great thing. For the most part, and I can't say for everybody, because Ghetto Neil had his daddy. Rest in peace, Baba Anise, man. Like, my nigga had his daddy growing up. You know what I'm saying? Even R. Dot and them to a certain extent. Like, niggas knew their father. Like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to get into a bad place about this, but I think it's messed up, and at times I hate to say it like this because I don't want it to, because I know my father. I know who he is. I know that he exists, and I know I know where he is. I got his number. And I love my father. But I pity that man because I know he has not experienced, he has never got to experience the true joy of fatherhood. My father was present in my life for the first 1.5, 2 years of my life. And for me to be there every day for my children. I have 4 beautiful children that I have luckily and thankfully made all with the same woman. Thank you to my beautiful wife for that. But for me to be there every day with my kids, going through all the hardship, going through all the ups and downs and all the emotional roller coasters. I got 3 daughters and 1 son, 4 children, 3 daughters. So I essentially have 4 wives. Going through all these things with them, even having relationship issues with my wife and sticking through these things and still being, cause it ain't, man, this is the hardest shit in the motherfucking world, bro. Being a parent, being a father, being a husband and a father. This shit is not fucking easy. And like I said, I fall short. I'm not perfect. First of all, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Who the fuck am I basing this off of? The things that, and this is the crazy part about it. These are part of the, I don't want to get too personal, but part of the issues that sometimes arise in my relationship come from the fact that my wife knows what it is, what fatherhood is. She has a father. And even when she didn't have her father, she had a man in her life, her stepfather, who was very much present and active, is the word I'm looking for, active in her life, to where that's her father. Whether she has her biological father there or her stepfather there, she has a father present, so she understands what manhood and fatherhood is. That I never had that. I never had that. Now I had my stepdad. My mother married a man, and shout out to him. He raised us silently. That's the best way I can put it. I can't tell you, like, one thing that my stepfather taught me that I can teach my children, that I am forever thankful for, is how to fish. I know how to fish because of this man, my stepfather. That's it. My man's taught me one thing that I can vividly remember, and that's how to fish. Besides that, he was a silent man to us. He wasn't and I don't know if he was timid about discipline or any of that. I don't know. And maybe I blocked out memories. I don't know. But some issues arise in my relationship because I am basing my fatherhood attributes off of fucking Tim the Toolman Taylor, my fucking Cliff Huxtable, Uncle Phil. These the daddies I knew. You know what I mean? Now, don't get me wrong. I seen my nigga Ghetto Neil daddy, but that was not that wasn't the life we live. You know what I mean? If that, well, you have to be there to understand. But all of my friends, like I said, for the most part, me, his daddy passed. Dundee, you know what I mean? Me and my brother, like I said, Ghetto had his daddy. PJ daddy wasn't there. All of us. Oh, I can't speak for P because I don't really know what's going on with PP in Vegas right now. But I hope and pray that he is taking care of his fatherly duties. I don't know. I don't speak to him, so I can't speak to that. But I know that all of my friends are vigilant, active, and present. And we all winging it. Just we don't know what the fuck we doing. I'm learning on the fly. But I'm proud because my kids gonna know me, man. They'll have stories to tell about regular things that I've done and said. Remember Daddy said, when I die, then my kids will definitely have enough to where they can pass on this legacy that I'm trying to create. And that makes me proud because it's going to be my legacy. It could have been my father's that I could have passed on. But even in grandfatherhood, he fails. And that, like I said, I love this man. So I don't want it to sound like I'm talking down on him. Because we've reconciled and I forgive. But I pity that man. Because he doesn't know what this is. He doesn't know how it feels to open up Facebook and to look back at 15 years ago and know you've been there every day. I drop my phone every fucking episode. But and my kids don't know him either, and I wouldn't allow that to happen either way because I figured it out a long time ago. I said he don't know, and that's okay. Some people, just like some women aren't meant to be mothers and they still have children. Some men just aren't capable of being fathers. That's just how it is. I mean, of course, they're capable of fathering children or creating the child, but to actually be able, because like I said, it ain't easy. Ask any man that goes through it. It ain't easy, especially if you're there with the mother of that child, and that's that shit ain't easy. That shit ain't easy. But if you love her and if you love them, then come on now. I mean, come on. So that was heavy. But it was on my mind. And I'm glad I got that off my chest. Yeah, man. Back to the weed, I'll tell you that much. But so this past episode 7 that just went by, right? Excuse me. I don't know what the fuck happened, bro, because that shit just absolutely just exploded in the past couple of days. So I want to thank everybody. If you new and you listening for the first time to me live, thank you. If you tuning in and you just, this ain't the live version and you listening to the version that I post up on YouTube and Spotify, thank you. I appreciate that shit. Y'all know how excited I got when that shit hit 100 fucking views. So whatever, it is a milestone for me. 100 views, milestones. If we hit 200, milestone. I love these milestones. I'm almost at 20 subscribers. Another milestone for me, man. Y'all don't understand, man. Humble beginnings. I'm starting from absolutely nothing. I'm just a nigga up on here expressing myself, trying to stay off of social media. You understand? All of these things could have been said on social media, and a whole bunch of bullshit would have been started. But it feels good. It's therapeutic. And like I said, I'm just a nigga out here just speaking my mind. So I appreciate everybody that's listening. And everybody that's subscribed. And with that being said, man, hey, why don't you go ahead, if this is your first time listening, push that motherfucking subscribe button, man. I go live every motherfucking Monday, 9 o'clock. Excuse the motherfucking, I'm sorry. My name isn't Samuel L. Jackson. I go live every Monday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. I'll call it American time, but we'll call it Eastern time. Eastern Standard Time on this YouTube and on this very Twitch. And for those that are watching on my Twitch, I'll also post these videos up on this very YouTube page. And I have a Spotify page for my podcast. So if you go on Spotify, you can search up Head of Lettuce Podcast, and you can find me there as well. Like I said, I appreciate everybody for listening to me and tuning in, especially on the last episode. Like I said, the milestone was awesome. It made me feel like $1,000,000, and I love money. No, I don't. I really don't love money like that. Money is great to have, but I prefer weed over the munyon. You know what I'm saying? Just like P said, man, weed and money, man, weed first. But what can I play to send us off today? Even though I really know what I'm going to play, so we're gonna go to my great selection over here. Like I said, man, we come from the humblest of beginnings. I'll still play my songs off my motherfucking Xbox. One day, I'm going to upgrade to to something else. But all right, let's get over to it, man. All right, good people of the world. There we go. All right. Like I said, this was a heavy episode, man. Like I said, I always appreciate everybody for tuning in and staying from the beginning to the end. Episode 9, I don't know what the fuck we doing, but thank you for tuning in to episode 8. And to send us off, we have me, the great me, Romaine Lettuce, with a song about weed, of course, because this episode started off with weed. So you see how I did that? It was Swisher I prefer, and started to slow it down to have a baby daughter, because fatherhood, stonersism, fathers and stoners. Fathers and stoners. But yeah, man. Hello Letters Podcast, man. I'll see you niggas next week, man. Thank y'all for tuning in again, man. Fire Emblem by Romaine Lettuce. Oops, wrong button.
Don't even try to smoke with me if he ain't trying to smoke for damn shit. I'm serious as fuck. Do you think that I would play with you? Rolling up blunt so huge, look like we ain't dumping though. Rookies coughing up they lungs, trying to smoke. Don't even try to smoke with me if you ain't trying to smoke for damn shit. I'm serious as fuck. Do you think that I would play with you? Rolling up blunt so huge, look like we ain't dumping though. Rookies coughing up they lungs, trying to smoke. With a pro, professional or expert. I wake up in the morning and smoke last night's Cotty first. It's buzzing, shake all on my shirt. I try eating edibles, I smoke so much that shit don't work. I done smoked 1,000 blunts. May not that I think about it, probably did that more than once. I used to smoke with niggas, now it's to the neck. I be trying to OD off the loud, but I ain't did it yet. Cumulus clouds up in my car, I roll down my window. Banging that Dre Money, Rains or Lovers and Stoners intro. If you try to smoke me out, my nigga, it's over for you. Smoke dog, baby, been smoking since I was. Don't even try to smoke with me if you ain't trying to smoke for damn shit. I'm serious as fuck. Do you think that I would play with you? Rolling up blunt so huge, look like we ain't dumping though. Rookies coughing up they lungs, trying to smoke. Don't even try to smoke with me if you ain't trying to smoke for damn shit. I'm serious as fuck. Do you think that I would play with you? Rolling up blunt so huge, look like we ain't dumping though. Rookies coughing up they lungs, trying to smoke. With a pro. Professional, I keep a jar. All I need is flour, man. You can keep the Zanny bars. I got the bag at the show, I don't wanna go far. I'ma smoke my shit on stage, fuck smoking in the car. Yeah, niggas using filters on they bag in these pictures, man. Lying about how pretty that shit is, like these bitches, man. Romaine Lettuce, keep a bag of lettuce in his left pocket. I remember we was smoking reg at the bus stop. Cumulus clouds up in my car. I roll down my window, banging GB33, your Lovers and Stoners intro. If you try to smoke me out, my nigga, it's over for you. Smoke dog, baby, been smoking since I was. Don't even try to smoke with me if you ain't trying to smoke for damn shit. I'm serious as fuck. Do you think that I would play with you? Rolling up blunt so huge, look like we ain't dumping though. Rookies coughing up they lungs, trying to smoke. Don't even try to smoke with me if you ain't trying to smoke for damn shit. I'm serious as fuck. Do you think that I would play with you? Rolling up blunt so huge, look like we ain't dumping though. Rookies coughing up they lungs, trying to smoke. With a pro. Pro.